Well, there we are. I've just walked through a massive building site here. If you look behind me, the blue building is Suncrest Hotel, going through a major refit. And it looks like it's going to be absolutely stunning when it's finished. And this, the famous Aura Palace Hotel, previously owned by one Muammar Gaddafi, when he sunk a lot of money in here. And we're walking on the Aura Coast Road today. I'm going to walk all the way to St. Paul's, just to give you a little taster of the coast of this particular part of the Maltese coastline. So let me turn the camera around. Starting over there. This is the downside to this particular part of Malta. That there is a domestic refuse tip called Mount Martab. It used to just be called Martab. It's actually a volcanic crater, but over the last 40 or 50 years they've done a Homer Simpson and filled it with everybody's domestic waste. Now, I have to say the waste collection is fantastic. You put your waste collection out first thing in the morning and it's collected by lunchtime all around the island, but then it's brought to here, it's sifted, it's sorted. What can be used as landfill, as you can see, becomes landfill, and they've actually landscaped over a large part of it. It used to be absolutely vile. At least you can't smell it now. They have much better reclamation and recycling facilities than they had before they were in the EU. This here is called Salina Bay, Salina, and this leads into the centre of Aura. It's also called Aura Bay. This area is known as Aura. It's a suburb of the wider area that is St. Paul's Bay. Now, it's just gone 10 o'clock in the morning, and right now the temperature, according to my phone, is a balmy 24 degrees. Hopefully with my microphone on you can hear me better than you could yesterday. This is the walk that when I lived here, my former partner and I used to do very frequently to go into Bocci, which is the central part of St. Paul's Bay, Bocci Aura area. And we're going to walk around the edge of the coast. I'll try and put a map up if I can to show you roughly the area that I'm walking. A few days left till the end of the month, so you know what I'm going to say. It's the last days of the Royal British Legion Walk 100 miles in April. And I would urge any of you, if you've got any spare pennies, please click on the link which you'll find in the comments and give what you can to help our wonderful veterans. It's been an experience for me. It's been a change of lifestyle. But something I've very much enjoyed doing, and with a benefit to it at the end for somebody else. So if you can, please give very generously. As I say, the link will be in the comments below. Excuse me. So this promontory that we're heading up to is known as Ta Phra Ben. For those of you who aren't aware, Malta is basically a volcanic mushroom. It's a branch off of Etna and a couple of other subterranean volcanoes. I'm sure you know Etna on Sicily. And so it's volcanic rock. Very little natural sand or anything, it's all rocky. And so you have lots of these promontories all around the coastline. This one in particular, I don't know if they've done anything to make it safer, used to be very dangerous to walk out on in even reasonably mild weather, because the current just passes underneath it. That rock literally just sits out over the water. Many people have been sucked off into the Med and never been found again, which is very sad. One of the things I'm going to be looking at while I'm here are these little towers. They're called watchtowers, and they're all around the island, created originally by the Knights, some added to by Napoleon, and even a few by us when we ruled Malta, the Brits. And they were basically beacon signalling points. So if there was an invasion from anywhere, coming in from the coast, obviously, from the sea, you would be in your little watchtower, looking out to sea, and you'd light a beacon. And the beacon would be seen by the next watchtower in either direction, and they would light a beacon, and if necessary, you could send troops there to defend and protect your part of the island and stop the Moors, the Ottomans mostly, from invading. Early form of signalling system. And we're coming up to the next one. So you see there's one on that side of Selina Bay Wharf, and then there's one dead and Ed, which is part of a restaurant here on the edge of Tafra Ben. More in a bit. I promised you Bocci. Here is Bocci being played. This is the Bujiba Bocci Club. So you see there's a tiny little silver jack in the middle, and the smaller balls and the larger Bocci. It is a strategic game. After 30 years, I still don't understand it. There you see, very similar to a mixture of crown green bowls, pétanque, and chucking bits of wood at each other. That just gives you an oversight of Bocci. Oh, let's see if he's going to smash them all out. Who knows? No. Two things. I'm just walking back past where all these fireworks are being erected. I've just found out from a policeman who's stopping the traffic from coming through that this firework competition is tonight at 8 o'clock. So this Sunday is the one in Valletta, the biggest one. So if I can get down here, back permitting, I will film it for you and put it up here tonight. It's always fun to see. It's not the biggest one, it's not the grandest one, but it's a very pretty little one, and it's a beautiful setting here as well. But the most ridiculous thing here Just showing you a group of people ahead, not this young family, but the older people in front of them have just got off a tour bus that they have paid to bring them all the way down here to the jetty, and the bus driver has dumped them back there at the Galero and said you have to walk. Most of them are over 80 because he couldn't be bothered to go around the higher road. You know, in Spain there is that phrase mañana, everything gets done eventually, or tomorrow will do, whatever it literally translates as. Well, if you times that by 1 billion, a lot of people on this island who are incredibly lazy, I'm sad to say. Not fair on the vast majority of them, because the vast majority of them, of the Maltese particularly, work incredibly hard for a lot less than our minimum wage in the UK. But everything, I suppose, is an equivalency. But it takes a lot of them to lift these things. Hang on. See, there's an example of people who are all working hard. And all these are the t-shirts. These are all volunteers doing their community service as part of their schooling. And so they're helping getting this festival ready for tonight, the fireworks. But I just want to criticise that driver from Oasis Tours. Now, I'm going to mention the name of the company, because if somebody from Oasis sees it, they really ought to reprimand their driver. That was pure laziness and very unfair on your paying customers to make them walk this distance in this heat at their age, because he couldn't be bothered to take the upper road. Shalom Madonna.